So, I've just recently thought of a new concept for a weapon in TF2, which, if we were being realistic, would never in a trillion years be added, but it's just something floating around my head, so I just thought I'd make a video about it. If you've ever played Marvel Rivals, there's this character named Rocket Raccoon, and he has this thing called a BRB, which is a beacon. I think it's like Be Right Back beacon. I don't know. I don't know the name, the actual name for the BRB, but it's called BRB. The game calls it BRB, and it's essentially this respawn beacon, that immediately respawns teammates as soon as they die, so they could, be right back into battle. It's actually really useful in the game. And I feel like out of all sort of little abilities in Marvel Rivals that could be implemented into TF2, this is probably one that would actually sort of make sense, since respawn times in TF2 take so long. Sometimes they even last 1 to 2 minutes long, especially if you're playing in Capture the Flag. Here are some possible ways on how this could be implemented into TF2. One would be as a replacement of Engineer's Teleporter. It would of course have a longer spawn time or recharge time than the normal teleporter, but at least you get to spawn near the actual battle where things are happening. And it'd be the same as every other building where if you upgrade it, if you whack it enough with your wrench, the recharge time becomes shorter and shorter. Number 2 is as a replacement for Medic's Ubercharge, which, if you've already played MVM, is already a feature, and it probably is a feature on some servers where they have plugins where you could do this, which I don't know if exist or not. But yeah, and of course, it would be shorter than the normal Ubercharge, but at least you get to bring people back to life. In my head, this would look like how the Vaccinator looks. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if this were actually in play in a casual match. It would make things so much more funner since you could jump right into the action much more faster instead of having to wait, a bit of time before you could properly jump back into the action. So this is just an idea that I've had. I know I explained it terribly, but it's just something floating around my mind. I wonder what you guys think of it. I think it's actually a pretty cool and dandy idea, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm not really understanding something. Yeah. Thanks for watching.